Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to look at this problem number of junctions that was asked in June circuit 2020. So this problem is a very great problem. It uses a lot some of the techniques that you will find useful in many other problem that if you won't use you will get a TLE. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please subscribe the channel and like the video. So you are given that your town has n junctions numbered 1 to n. These junctions are connected by exactly n minus 1 bidirectional road in such a way that there is a unique path between each pair of road. So what does this mean? That it is a graph that is fully connected and that has n minus 1 bidirectional road. Bidirectional road means that the graph is undirected, not directed, and it has exactly n minus 1 road means that the graph cannot contain a cycle. So if it has n minus, so if the graph is connected and it does not has cycle, that means it is a tree. So we are clear with one point that the graph is a tree. Now m oil tankers are transported through the town. Each of these tanker has oil leaking. If okay, you can read the full problem. I wanted to clear this point. Now there is given that input is first n is the number of junction. Then we have n minus 1 lines containing two separated this. You can go through this all. Now I'm going to explain you the problem. So the problem is simply that this is an example test case that I have taken. So you are given n junction 1 2 3 4. In this case n is 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, these are 7 junction. Now this is a tree and then you are given the value of m. M is the number of oil tanker that will be originating from start and will go to this destination, and they have an initial capacity of this much liter of oil. So if suppose that one tanker starts from here and it has to go to this 3, so it will go like this. Okay, so it is also given that at every this path it will spill some oil. So initially it has 100. So let's see, it was given that it will go from 4 to 3. So let's take that only. It will go from 4 to 3 like this, and it has an initial capacity of 100. So it will go from here to here. So at this path it will spill a oil of 1. At this it will spill a capacity of oil of 3. At this path it will spill a oil of capacity of 3. Okay, so total oil spilled by this will be sum of this, that 1 plus 2 plus 3, that will be 6. So the tanker will be left with 94 liters of oil. And second thing, a tanker cannot spill more oil than contained in that we will see in this case. So it will go from 5 to 6 and it has an initial capacity of 9. So it will go from 5 to 6. So the path is this, and it has an initial capacity of 9. So it will spill all of 1 liter here, 2 liter here, 3 liter here, and the sum of these is 6. So the tanker is left with oil of only 3 liter. So it cannot spill 4 liter because it has only 3 liters of oil left. So it will spill all of 3 liters here. So the total oil left spilled by the tanker will be 9. So this is the problem. Now we have to find a path from the root, from the node numbered 1 to any of the node, such that that path has maximum oil spilled. So if this road has 3 and this path has 4, so this answer would be 7. Okay, and if there is another path that has oil, suppose that this is the path that has some oil spilled, like it has 1, it has 2, but it only makes to 1 plus 3 and it is less than 7. So the answer would be this path, means 7 would be the answer. So what we will do, we have to think very clearly in this problem. First we have to move from this any start node to any end node. So what we can do is that we can do a DFS in this tree. So when doing the DFS we will find this path. So for every m, for every input in the m, we will do a DFS and find this path. Once we have find the path, we will allot respective oil spilled. Okay, so suppose this is one path, this is another path in the second case. So it will be 1, 2, 3 and 3. Okay, so let me redraw this. So this is one path, it will have oil of 1, 2 and 3. In the second case this is 5 to 6. Okay, so this is the second case. In the first case this is 4 to 3, means this is the path. So 1, 2, 3. So the total oil at this path will be this 2 plus 2 4, at this 3 plus 3 6, at this will be 3, at this will be 1, this path, and at from 2 to 5 it will be 1. So we have total as 1, 4, 6, 3 and also 1. So these are the oil spilled on various paths on the road. Okay, so this is a very naive approach, but it will give TLE. So let's talk about more into this. So when we have found the DFS and found that path, found the oil spilled on different paths on the road, then we know the total oil on that path. Okay, so what we can do next to find the answer is do a DFS from the root to all the edge, all the vertex, and find the maximum, find a path that has maximum oil spilled. Okay, so this will give a TLE. Now I will explain why it would give a TLE. Why it would give TLE? Because look, first we have constructed the tree from these inputs, and for every m can be as large as 10 raised to 5 and n can be as large as 10 raised to 6, 10 raised to 5. So for every m, for every input in m, we can traverse the whole graph with our current strategy. Okay, so that's why we will get TLE. So suppose that this is 4 to 3, so you started from 4, you started doing your DFS and you ended with this, but because you are doing the DFS, you will not only traverse this path, you can also traverse this path, and this can be a very long edge. Okay, this can be a very long path, so we are doing unnecessary computation. So what can we do to improve this? Okay, we will improve this with a strategy that is used in a lot of problems, and this will surely help you in your in the problem that you will solve in the future. So let's see that approach. So the approach is that first we will find the depth of each and every node from one node that we will consider as a root. In this case, we will consider 1 as the root. In every problem, we will consider 1 as the root. Whether this tree looks something like this, it doesn't matter how the tree looks, but we will consider always this one node number 1 as the root, so we can visualize it like this. Okay, so no matter how the tree look like, we will always consider 1 as the root node, and you can visualize it like this, that we have hanged this tree with root number 1 as the root node. Okay, so what we will do, we will find the depth of each and every node with respect to the root node, and also we will find the parent of each and every node in the tree. So how it will help, you will definitely get to know. So the depth of this is 1, this is also 1, these all have depth of 2, and the parent of this 4 is 2, parent of this is also 2, parent of this is 6, and the parent of this is 7. Similarly, parent of this is this, and parent of this is this. Okay, so now you know the parent of each and every node and the depth of each and every node in the tree. So how this will help us? So this we will see now. Suppose that you are required to find the path between this node and this node. Now by seeing the graph, you know that the path is this, but how will you find with our current strategy, that is using depth and the parent of each and every node? So the depth of this is 1 and the depth of this is 2. We will first take that node that has more depth. So this has more depth. We will find its parent until it becomes equal to its depth. Okay, so its depth is 1. So we will recursively find its parent until or unless its depth becomes equal to this. So its parent is 1. Its parent is 1. Its parent is this node 2. So its depth now becomes 1. So now when the depth of both of the node become 1, we will stop, and then we will again find the parent of both of the node. First time we find the parent of the node recursively till the depth of both becomes equal. Now we will recursively find the parent of both the nodes till both the nodes become equal. Okay, so its parent is this and this parent is this, and we will store the path traverse. This is the path 1 and this is the path 2. Now we have got 2 paths, and combining these 2 paths will get our total path. So let's understand it with one more example. Okay, suppose that we have one more node attached to it. This is node number 8. Okay, this is node number 8, and we need to find the path from node number 8 to node number 3. So its depth is 3, its depth is 1. First we will go to its parent. Now depth is 2. Because the depth is still not equal to this, we will again go to its parent. Now the depth is 1, which is equal to its depth. Now we will go to parent of both the nodes. Okay, now we will go to parent of both the nodes, and as soon as we find that from both the parts the nodes are same, means this node parent from here, friend from here are same, we will stop. So this will be our path. Now taking a third case, suppose that we need to find the path from 8 to 2. So its depth is 3, its depth is 1. We will go to its parent. As soon as both the nodes become equal, we will stop. So this strategy would help us in finding the solution of this problem in a very efficient way. Okay, so let's now jump into the code. Okay, so this is the code. This is the code of the first upload that gave me TLE. So what I am doing in this is, first I am reading the input n, then I am creating a graph that's basically a tree, then I am taking the input m. Please note that I am taking the node number 1 as 0, number 2 as 1, means 0 indexed. Then I will also take the inputs, required inputs, then I will do a DFS. Then I will do a DFS for each and every input of m. So this is the solution that gave me TLE, because we are doing the DFS a number of times, and when we have done the DFS, we stored that in a map, means these we stored that in a map. And when we have done the DFS for each and every, we just do a DFS from the root node that we have assumed as 1. So when we have done the DFS to every, we just take the path that has maximum oil spilled in this function. You will get the link to this code in the description. So let's look at the second problem that was passed. I must mention that I only get 92.2 score in this problem. There may be some implementation issues. Many of the people, I saw the leaderboard, many of the people got numbers between 90 to 100, and a few only got 100. So I think this is only an implementation issue. So let's see the problem. So again, same thing, I have created a graph. Now this is depth and parent. I will do a breadth first search So from starting from the node number 1, I will do a BFS, and then I will store the parent and the depth of each and every node. So that's what I have done here in BFS. Then I will, for every input, I will directly find the path. Now I can directly find the path for each and every input. So I will, this is the start node, this is the destination node, and this is the total capacity. So this is node 1, this is node 2. In this case, this is node 1, and this is suppose we want to find from 8 to 3. So this is node 1, this is node 2, this is node 1, this is node 2. That's what I have done here. So while node 1 node 2 are not equal, so while these are not equal, we will find the parent. So that's what I have done here. What I have explained, that we will first go to this, then go to, then they are equal, then their depths are equal, then we will go to parent of each and every node. That's what I have done here in concise code. Then we need to append this node to both of the path. Then we will calculate the oil spilled in this path and the oil spilled in this path. Okay, so we have found the path, we have also found the oil spilled, and this oil spilled in the path we are storing again in the map. After that, we will do a similar DFS from the root node that is numbered 1 to each and every node, and we will find a path that has maximum oil spilled, and this is stored in the max value, and that will be our answer. You will also get the link of this code in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel. I will keep posting videos related to competitive programming and development in the future also. Thank you.